It's been a whole week. It's been a whole week. A whole week. I've taken a break and I've chilled. But I'm back, baby. I'm back. Welcome to DansDenYT. It's number 86. Feel good. How are you? Feeling great. Feeling good. How are you? Man, actually, do you know what I have? I've missed this. I have missed this, to be honest with you. I was a little nervous because I was like, man, it's been a week. I feel, am I going to get rusty or what's going to happen? I don't know, but I'm here. I'm chilling. I've been to the gym. I've actually, I've sat down. I've got some work done. I haven't had breakfast yet, but we won't question that too much. Let's not get into that too much. But yeah, like, welcome to DansDen. And again, I had a week off. So this is new. I have the topic ready to go for when said person comes into the chat and goes, hey, I'm back, and we can absolutely discuss. Looking forward to that. But of course, until they turn up, we can't really talk about it because it was their discussion. So, also waiting for a certain someone to jump in with the first comment, because I know that they're going to do that. I know they're going to do that. Unless it's been so long now, they've kind of just forgotten about it all and just been like, meh, whatever. Meh. I'm going to watch my other streamers. At least they're consistent. They don't take breaks. They don't have holidays. They just keep producing. They just keep putting material out. What's up, Dexter? Yeah. How you doing? No, not in a chatty mood today. Not having it. Not having it at all. But what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to get some material ready for this. Oh, let's have a look at this. This is interesting. Okay. Yeah. Looking at that. Basically, the topic that was brought up was beauty standards, and they really wanted to discuss it on the last Friday we went live. So I am going to just get some material up for reading and, all the jazz. I'm also going to have the chat up so that I can see when someone joins, just in case I'm busy doing my research while you guys are there chatting and so on. The idea of beauty is always shifting. Yep. Cool. Okay. Yeah, we'll look at that. Actually, hang on a minute. What on earth? Let's take a look at that as well. And then let's look at this. We've got women's beauty standards, but okay. Cool. All right. So I've got a few bits and bobs together, just pulling them all here. And rolling with it. I love that so much. And then, so what I've got here is we've got beauty standards, see how body types change through history. Then the idea of beauty is always shifting. Today is more inclusive than ever, which I'm actually going to leave to the last. Make that the last one. Then there's feminine beauty ideal. And then there is more male one. What was that? What was that, mate? Don't like it when he makes the squelching noises, because sometimes I think he's like doing that and he's about to vomit on the carpet, and I'm not ready for it. I'm not ready for it, Dexter. I'm not ready for it. It's so weird, man. Sometimes you have angles where your face is really thin, and then sometimes you have angles where your face is just like a hamster. What's going on with that? Hey, what's happening with that? What's the deal? Tell me, what's the whole deal with that? You going for skinny face today? Is that what it is? You're going for streamlined face today instead of the fuller face. Is that what that is? Yeah, I think that's what that is, isn't it? He's fitting to sit on my lap. I know he is. I could see it in his face and everything. He's literally there like, I'm ready. Can I? He will. I feel it. It's all in a matter of time. He's gonna jump up on my lap. Then I've got here we go. How standards of male beauty have changed over the last 100 years. So I'll skip to that one. And then we've got a very recent blog here, beauty standards, and then the final one. We'll do that one last. So I've got it all ready. I'm ready to go. I love the idea that you can put. Okay, right, here we go. That's better. I was gonna say, like, you can put, beauty standards, and of course, women are more likely to be pointed out here. But when you put male beauty standards, it jumps straight to physical attractiveness, because heaven forbid male and beauty go together. Heaven forbid. No, we don't want that. Beauty is such a feminine term. Let's not give it to men, because, God forbid we ever cross over the gender constructs and apply certain feminine terms to men, because we don't want to emasculate them, do we? Good Lord. The world would implode and feminism would have won. So, yeah. Oh yes, I've got my email. Den is live. That's very good. Play, turn off, watch later. I'll leave it. That's basically where I'm going to put that. Just leave it. That's what I'm going to do. Da da ba da ba, da ba da ba da ba da ba ba, ba 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 ba, ba 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 ba. There we go. Also, I'm already planning for my birthday because it's still like over 2 months away, but I'm just like, I want to get this in now. Let's get this in now. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it in now because people are going to be busy. I know as the quarantine lifts, and I hope that it just continues to lift, although I'm a little bit skeptical. Eventually, by the time my birthday comes around, I'm hoping that it will be less like, not a complete free for all. I know you'll still have to wear masks in places and stuff like that, but I still want to be able to, do the thing. Basically, I still want to be able to have people around and have a good time. Certainly for my birthday. It's my birthday, and it's quite a big one as well. It's a big birthday. We're having a big old birthday, ain't we, buddy? Oh, Dexter, obviously, as usual, will say a few words. Yep, thank you. Good. Have you successfully slobbered it? Yep, you've slobbered all over it. Fantastic. I should just keep wipes on the desk, I don't know why I don't. I don't know why I don't keep them on the desk. It makes a lot more sense. I'll tell you what, do you want to make the most of this then? And then I'll go get the wipes. Make the most of it. Go on, live it up. There he is. There he is. Wait, there he is. You say hi to everyone as well. Yeah. You love this thing, don't you? Big fan. He's a big fan. He loves it. You love it, don't you? Oh, yes. There you go. All right, put more slobber on it. There you go. Yeah, it's a good time. Yes. I think it's because of the little metal grate at the front. Oh, he's licking me now. The little metal grate at the front, I think he loves it because it gives him scratchies on his face. So if I just scratch his face, he's just like, oh, yeah, that'll do. Oh, yeah, that's the stuff. Oh, that's the stuff right there. But then I need to get a wipe because I'm not about to I could put my mouth on this, and I don't kiss cats. It's not I don't share bodily fluids with cats. It's not my jam. So I'm going to go get some wipes. I'll be right back. Dexter, you picked the wrong time, my friend. You're trying to jump on my lap. And this ain't the time. It's not the time, friend. This just ain't the time. Sorry, player. It ain't the time. It ain't the time for it. Hey, okay. So, actually, I'm going to give the whole thing a rub. Let's just rub the whole thing down, in the spirit of, hygiene and stuff. Speaking of which, I feel like I'll show you. I can't show you. It's downstairs and it'll take ages, and it would be just to show you one thing, so it's not worth it. But I am now going to the gym, and I love it. Absolutely love it because I've missed the gym so much. It's one of those things, you don't know what you've got till it's gone. The gym, I didn't realize how much of an impact it was going to have on me not going to the gym. Running is one thing. Running is absolutely one thing. But even today, I recognized the impact it was having on my mind, being in the gym and pushing the weights. Now, I'm just going to talk about what I'm working on because I'm just going to quickly, strength training. Now, I believe that this is what I'm actually doing. I say I believe because I looked it up a couple of times and, Here we go. What is a good strength training workout? So I'm just going to quickly have a Google here. Yep. So, personal trainer based in Boston breaks it down a bit further. He says there are 5 primary maneuvers in addition to movements such as throwing, crawling, and climbing. Hip dominance, so deadlifts, yes. Hinges and swings. Okay, not doing the swings so much. Probably should start doing those. Knee dominance, so squats and lunges. Again, not really doing enough of those, but I'm doing leg press. I don't think that really cuts it, but doing them. Pushing movements, push-ups, dips, and presses. Yes, so I do chest press and I do chest flies as well. Pulling movements, rows and pull-ups. So yeah, I do absolutely do rows and pull-ups 100%, and then I actually row at the end, and then gait patterns such as walking and running. So again, I do cross trainer before the cross trainer, elliptical, whatever, before I start. So I do all of that, and it's where is it? It's the reps. Go on, give us the reps, mate. Go on, give us the old reps. Strength training reps. Give us the reps. Here we go. So 1 to 5 reps per set is mostly strength. 5 to 8 reps per set is strength and muscle equally. 8 to 10 is muscle with some strength. Then 10 to 12 reps per set is muscle with some endurance. 12 to 15, endurance with some muscle, and then 15 to 20 is mostly endurance. So hang on, wait. I just need to make sure I get this right. Yeah, okay, I've got it. So I am doing strength training. Bloody hell. I was worried. I don't want to do hypertrophy. Hypertrophy? I think that's what... Hang on a minute. Let me just see how this is said. 1 second, because I always pronounce. 1 second. Hypertrophy. Hypertrophy. Let me see. Go on, say it.
Hypertrophy.
Hypertrophy. Hypertrophy. There it is.
Hypertrophy.
There we go. Good. Thank you, Google. Excellent stuff. So hypertrophy, I'm pretty sure, is when the body just gets a little bit. It's an increase and growth of muscle cells. Hypertrophy refers to an increase in muscular size achieved through exercise. When you work out, if you want to tone or improve muscle definition, lifting weights is the most common way to increase hypertrophy. Okay. So, I'm going to look at this. See, now while I'm waiting for you guys to come in, I'm literally now just Googling stuff for me. Because what do you know? So I'm working on strength. I want to get stronger with a little bit of endurance involved as well. Just a little bit. What are we doing? 3 to 4 and then 5. So 5 is strength. Okay. Yeah. 3 to 4 sets. Oh, no, now I'm doing strength training. Okay, good. I was going to say, whoops. I was doing 4 sets before, 4 sets of 5, but now I'm starting to do 5 sets of 5. So that's good. At a higher weight. God, I was like, oh God, I'm hypertrophying. Don't want that to happen. Right. About weight training. Right. Free weights. Yeah. Don't do any free weights. Body weight and weight machines, and then these items are moved in a combination of specific exercises, the number of times, and the number of cycles. Yeah. Starting out, strength and size. Right. So when you start out with weight training, you're building muscle and strength at the same time. If you decide to take your weight training up to the next level, you have to choose between 2 types of training. One type focusing on hypertrophy and one type focusing on increasing strength. The exercises and equipment used for strength training and hypertrophy training are pretty much the same. The primary differences are between the two are training volume. This is the number of sets and reps you do in an exercise. Training intensity. This refers to the weight that you lift. So, yeah. And then rest between sets. The amount of time you rest gives your body to recover from the physical stress of exercise. Okay. For hypertrophy, you increase the training volume, more sets and reps, while slightly decreasing the intensity, which is the weight. Typically, the rest period between sets for hypertrophy is 1 to 3 minutes. Oh, okay. This is weird. Strength training, fewer reps with greater intensity. So for muscular strength, you reduce the number of reps in a set, exercise volume, while increasing the intensity, adding heavier weights. Yeah. Typically, the rest period between sets for strength is 3 to 5 minutes. Well, I am not doing that. I mean, I'm doing it about a minute. Whoops. Uh-oh. So strength training will help you replace body fat with lean muscle mass, manage your weight, increase your metabolism, increase bone density. Woo! Reduce the symptoms of chronic conditions such as back pain, obesity, arthritis, heart disease, diabetes, and depression. Woo, woo, woo! Okay. Benefits of hypertrophy training are increased strength and power, increased caloric expenditure, which may add weight loss. Okay. Increased symmetry avoids muscular imbalance. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, that's good because actually I do need a bit of that. I've got very big imbalance in my arms. Not great at all. Okay then. What else can I learn while I wait for everyone to come in? Also, I'm wondering to myself, this is the right channel. No one's here yet. And I'm nearly 15 minutes in and no one's arrived. And I'm just thinking, have I done this right? But I did definitely do this right because I got the notification come through, literally came through and was like, hello, you are live on your other channel. Do you want to come over and check it out? Do you want to? Is that something you want to do? Is it? Maybe. I don't know. Right. So here we go. Yeah. Oh, fast and explosive. Okay. Right. Okay then. Tempo. 2 up, 2 down. Okay. Right. Well, this is very, very useful. This is very, very useful. 50 to 7% max. 3 sets. That's 60 reps in total, man. That's ridiculous. How's anyone going to push 60 reps of the same damn thing? I'd be tired. That's the point, isn't it? Endurance. Duh. Literally, that is the point. Hey. Okay, well, let's have a look here. Hang on. What was that? Was that a yawn? Did you just do a little yawn, mister? Oh, aren't you just the cutest little bubby? Who's a cute bubby? Huh? You are? Oh, you're a furry bubby. Shedding everywhere. The shedding bubby. All right. Oh, actually, that looks entertaining. I don't know. I'm going to put that on my watch list for later. No, don't play. All right, cool. So what was I going to look up? Yes. Okay. Oh, God. Let's have a look. No. No. Absolutely not. Not interested. No. Oh, here we go. Let's see. I'll just watch this quickly. I'm not going to play the sound because it's all worth it. I know this guy. Why do I know this guy? Hang on a minute. I'm going to play it loud. There's no one here, so I might as well.
Specifically, Elliot, how do you manipulate these keys, these pillars?
Yeah, how do you?
To build strength now, since you've been watching my channel long enough.
Exactly.
You know that there are different variable manipulations for strength and muscle building.
I didn't know this.
So now, instead of talking about the things that are going to support you specifically in hypertrophy,
yeah,
we're going to talk about things that are going to get you the most neurological response.
Okay.
Get your body to lift more weight.
Yeah.
Become stronger.
Yes.
So using the same,
that's what I want.
Very same 5 pillars.
Yeah.
Which is volume, which
okay.
is reps and sets.
Yeah.
Your intensity, basically how much weight you use.
We talked about that.
Your tempo.
Yeah.
Intervals.
Okay.
And frequency.
Yeah.
Not in that particular order. We're going to manipulate the variables just a little bit.
Okay.
So all those change slightly when you're just working on strength.
Variable manipulation. We love it.
Reps and sets. When you're building strength.
Yes.
You're going to keep them. You keep your reps around 1, which is like 100% full out max effort.
Okay.
To no more than about 5 repetitions.
Okay.
Anything more than 5, then you start moving into hypertrophy. And that doesn't mean that hypertrophy training won't support you in your strength.
No.
But generally speaking, as a foundation of understanding for designing your own programs, you're going to want to keep your reps below 5.
Okay.
That being said, because there's
noted
a relationship between reps and sets, if the reps are low, your sets can be really high. So oftentimes I'll do 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 reps sets. So if you're doing
easy, mate, unbelievable.
Twigsy,
what's up?
Heavy,
hello. Hello.
Talk about in a moment, and then do it again.
Wait, Twigsy, just so you know, obviously, no, that's all right, no problem. You're the first one to arrive, so actually you're lucky because I think if I'd have gone on another 15 minutes, I would have called it because obviously you're the only one here. But I've been off for a week, so I guess people probably forgot or like, oh, whatever, don't know. Some people I know didn't even know that I was going on holiday, so obviously they just didn't see me for a whole week and thought I'd left. But surprise, I'm back. And I'm just watching a video here on strength training and stuff. But how have you been? How's things going for you? What's happening? What's new? What's not new? Tell me all the deets. Give me all the gossip. Give it all to me. Juicy goss.
Or you could do 5 sets of 2.
You can type while I just...
3, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
The idea here is that the sets are high because the reps are really low.
Right.
Now, with regard to the inverse relationships between volume and intensity,
now
that the volume has been manipulated a little bit, you can increase your intensity. See, if you're only doing 1 to 5 repetitions, you can add a lot more weight because you're not expected to get 8 to 12 repetitions.
Exactly.
So you're talking intensity being 100% to like 85% or 85 to 100%. That's kind of where you're going to want to choose your weights. One of the things people often ask is, how do I know what that percentage is? I always say if you can do the prescribed amount of reps that are prescribed in your program, you know, if you can't get one, then obviously it's more than 100%.
Yeah.
And if you could do more than about 4 or 5 repetitions, you're moving into about 70% rep range, and that is way too light.
Okay.
Also, rest intervals. What I like to tell my athletes.
This is where I have a problem. This is where I have a direct problem here.
Really heavy weight training is to rest as long as you need to, as long as you can hit the prescribed amount of reps.
Okay.
If you're doing singles or doubles, for example, and you just finished your set, what I would say is wait as long as you can until you can confidently do it again. Let's say it's 5 sets of 2. So after your second set of 2, I'd say, look, I don't even watch the clock. Rest as long as you need to again. Time or short.
So I've been doing okay. This is good. I've got it. I'm with you. That was the part that I really wanted to watch because I'm still I'm going to the gym again, and I'll talk about like all the health stuff and responsibility stuff. But it was something that I was concerned about because I've been in a while, and I was like, "Am I doing this right? Am I resting enough?" So I thought, actually, let me check in again because I read this briefly and didn't really look into it enough. But I'm not resting as long as I should be, but I'm resting to the point where I could go again, which is basically what he's saying is fine. So I'm like, cool, okay, great. Anyway, you've been all right, very up and down as usual, but this whole room makeover thing has actually turned into a big thing now. That's fun. Awesome. Oh, good. Okay, so what do you mean it's turned into a big thing? Like, what are you adding to it now? Is it new? Have you painted the walls? Have you added like decorations in there? Is it a whole different look now? Is what's happened dramatically or drastically that's changed the project? But that's cool. That's really cool, actually. I like that. It's nice when you've got like a whole new room. It's amazing. Oh, all right, chill out. Check back up disk space. Disk space. Have I been? I've been good. Thank you. I've been really good. Last week has been cool. I've been putting together kind of working projects for myself. So looking more into kind of social cohesion stuff, looking more into a bit more of the political side of equality and stuff like that. I've been going to the gym, still working. Yeah, generally been all right. Thank you. Been all right. I've been seeing some friends as well, like working at their place because this is, as you know, this is like, you know, my home. So it's actually been nice to be able to get out and work away from home, which has been great. So I'd made the most of that while I was off because obviously if I'm doing this in the middle of the day, it's harder for me to go out and get work done elsewhere. So yeah, today I just worked down in the living room as usual. And that was it. But yeah, no, I've been good. Thank you. I've been all right. It's been cool. Been all good. And I said at the beginning, actually, I have actually missed doing DansDen Live. I've actually missed it, which is exactly the kind of place I wanted to be at. I wanted to take a break long enough where when I came back, I felt like, yeah, I want to do this again. You know what I mean? I didn't want to come back being like, all right, here we go. No. It was like, no, I'm excited. I'm ready to go. Let's do this. Let's have DansDen back. Let's have a good time. So yeah. No, I've definitely had a wonderful time. Thank you very much. So yeah, tell me about your bedroom and things. I am just so you know, Twigsy, I'm glad you're the one who's turned up as well because I've left that post-it note I wrote down. Yeah, post-it note, beauty standards. It's been it's been stuck to my monitor literally from that Friday that you mentioned it and brought it up. It's been stuck there the whole time. So it's still in full effect. And I've actually got tabs up ready to talk about it. I'm ready to go, ready to discuss. So yeah, we can certainly get into it. You can have big. Oh, man's jealous. I love big bean bags. Absolutely. Yeah, big bean bag. I'm planning to cover my horrible green carpet with a giant off-white rug. Cool. Putting a lot more decoration up and also debating whether to replace my big white shelf with a full body mirror or not. Yeah, okay. I mean, I think mirrors are great. You know, mirrors are a great thing because I think it's part of how you build a relationship with yourself. Like people might say, and I think they probably would say, that I've gotten quite vain when it comes to reflective surfaces. But I enjoy it. You know, I do. I like looking at myself in the mirror because, you know, the way that I've worked myself, the way I look now, the way I feel about myself now, it's nice to look at that person and go, hey, that's you. Look at how great you look. Look at you. You look. So so I think mirrors are fantastic, and a full body one, absolutely. You know, get the whole thing, not just the face, the whole thing. Get your whole body in there so that you can look at yourself in fullness and just be like, yeah, you about it. Let's go take on the world. I think it's great. I think that's a good idea. Definitely get a full body mirror. 100%. I agree. And actually that can then tie directly into what you wanted to discuss. So I brought up a load of tabs, right, around this. And while I read some of this out, Twigsy, you can share and type your stuff in, obviously, to what your ideas about beauty ideals and stuff like that, what you wanted to say about it. Maybe you just wanted to listen. But yeah, share your thoughts on it, because I've got how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tabs here. One is about kind of beauty standards through history. Then there's feminine beauty standards, masculine beauty standards, then just beauty standards in general, and then how the idea of beauty standards is shifting, and how today it's far more inclusive than ever before. Yeah, mirrors do make a space feel a lot larger. They do. They add volume to a space, definitely. Another reason it's a very good idea. So if you had a mirror in the middle of the room, yeah, you'd be able to see yourself, and it would make it feel like there's more space. I feel you on that one. Makes a lot of sense. It's easier to look at outfits. Yeah, we open up your room a bit. Exactly. But the problem is, really like my shelf. It's got a whole Beanie Boo collection. Okay, so then you've got to think about where to put all that stuff. Okay, so it's a proper project then. I mean, that's cool. Which is why I don't know what I should decide. Okay. Well, sometimes, you know, when you've got decisions like that to make, you basically, I would sit on it, just wait. You know what I mean? Just wait and let the inspiration come, because sometimes trying to force a decision also forces the resistance to a decision, because there's the other decision to make. Whereas if you let it all sit there and just let it fester for a second, certainly with decisions like these, you know, where you don't have a time frame, there's no deadline, you just kind of go, right, do you know what? I'm just going to not care about the shelf and not care about the mirror for a second. And let whatever needs to be, right? And see what comes up. Also, I'm going to say, I have had a lot of liquid this morning, because I had 2 coffees before I went to the gym. I drank a lot of water in the gym. I came back, had I think must have been like a pint of tea and more water. So I'm going to have to go to the restroom. And then when I get back, I'm going to start reading the beauty standards stuff, and we'll go through it. Okay. So I'll be 1 second. Also, I've muted it. I have actually muted it. I'm not taking the plug out of this thing again, because that was a huge mistake. There you go. See, yeah, exactly. Move a shelf and try to put a mirror in there and stuff. I mean, yeah, and it also depends on what's more important, right? Is it the mirror or the shelf? And go from there. Okay, so it's 12:30. We have 1 hour. 1 hour to discuss beauty standards, and we're going to love it, of course. We're going to have a good time. So first of all, see how body types change throughout history. So perceptions surrounding beauty and body types not only vary by culture, but have evolved significantly throughout history. In a visually dynamic attempt to recreate this evolution, BuzzFeed Video showcased the diverse case of models to depict more than 3,000 years of women's ideal body types by each society's standards of beauty. So actually what I can do is I can copy that. Oh God. And paste it in the chat so that you can watch that later. All right. So there's the video that I'm not going to watch because there's no point. It's 3 minutes long. So here are the ideal types broken down by place and time. So ancient Egypt, this is 1292 to 1069 BC, right? In this era, the ideal woman is described as slender, narrow shoulders, high waist, and symmetrical face. Probably sounds really familiar, right? In ancient Egypt, women were encouraged in their independence and beauty. Ancient Egyptian society promoted a sex-positive environment where premarital sex was entirely acceptable and women could divorce their husbands without shame. So go ancient Egypt. You had it all sorted out before Christ. Don't know what happened. What went wrong? What changed? Also, I'm so glad that it's just you here, Twigsy, because obviously I couldn't talk about any of this stuff if there were other people in the room. So, yay! Ancient Greece, 500 to 300 BC. So during this time period, the ideal woman was plump, full-bodied, and light-skinned. Ancient Greece worshipped the male form, going so far as to proclaim that women's bodies were disfigured versions of men's. Wow. In this time period, men faced a much higher standard of beauty and perfection than women. So in ancient Greece, men were actually being held to a much higher standard of beauty than women were. Han Dynasty, 2006 BC to 220 AD. In this time period, the ideal woman had a slim waist, pale skin, large eyes, and small feet. So small feet is one aspect of Chinese beauty that has continued for hundreds of years during the Han Dynasty. Chinese culture favored slim women with long black hair, white teeth, and red lips. This doesn't seem to have changed much based on my maybe narrow view. I don't know. Doesn't seem like it's changed much. Historically, the Chinese have favored women with ultra femininity. I don't think that's changed much. Not sure. That's a long time that something hasn't changed. The problem with having child audience. Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, it is a problem. It's a little problem. And I think it's different. It would be different if I had like thousands and thousands of followers who were like, average age kind of 17, 18, 19 and older. And then the odd person younger, but of course if it's thousands and thousands of younger then I couldn't do it. I would be like, look, I can't do this, guys. I'm not putting on a channel. That's not what I want to do. I need to have a little bit of leniency. I need to just a little bit in this era. So hang on, Italian Renaissance, that's 1400 to 1700s. In this era, the ideal woman is described as having ample bosom, rounded stomach, full hips, and fair skin. During the Italian Renaissance, it was the wife's duty to reflect her husband's status, both in behavior and outward appearance. A full body, light hair, and light skin all were thought of as the superior indications of beauty. I'm seeing a pattern here. I don't know about you, but it's interesting because, hang on, apart from ancient Egypt so far, which is fair because, let's be honest, all the other ones explicitly have to say light skin or pale skin or fair skin. All of them have to explicitly say that. Ancient Egypt, they're not, that's not it. They're not bothered, right? They're just like, whatever. But all the other ones are like, nah, they need to be light. They need to be pale. That's what. And funny how none of them are saying white, just pale, fair, light. Come on, guys, just say it with your chest. Just say white skin. It needs to just say it. Honestly. A full body, light hair, and light skin were all thought of as superior indications of beauty. Go on, Italy. Go on with that supremacy. Victorian England, 1833 to 1901. This time period featured beautiful women as, here we go, desirably plump, which I love it, full-figured, and cinched waist. Does that mean hang on, I just need to make sure I understand cinched fully because I don't know that. Yeah, no, precisely. I don't think I do like it. Cinched waist. Oh, is that literally like whoop, pulled in? Okay, cool. Gotcha. Just want to make sure I was clear on it because I figured that, but I wasn't sure. Here we go. The era of the corset. Yeah, the cinched waist. In this time period, women cinched their waists with tight-fitting undergarments to give the perception of desirable hourglass figure. Well, why was the hourglass seen as that? This time period lasted through the reign of Queen Victoria, considered by many as one of the most influential figures of the time. So I like the fact that throughout time there wasn't the consistency of them needing to be slim and gaunt, but there was this beauty standard of fuller bodied, plump. And I know actually I think this was the thing. I think it was ancient Greece when they say that plump body and stuff. I think also there was a time, when was it? I can't remember when, where actually being of a larger size actually showed signs of wealth and showed signs of a quality of life, a high quality of life, because basically if you weren't seen to be doing anything and just eating, then you were good. You were looked after. You didn't have to worry about nothing. Whereas alternatively, if you were not plump, then the idea is you're not well fed. You're working a lot of the time. You're constantly active. You have to do things, which suggests there's like work, a job involved. And of course, wealthy people, success, don't work. Come on. They sit around and get fat and bloated and so on. That's what it is. Now people just want small bean girls. Well, actually, we're going to get into that because that is, we're going to get into that. Hang on. Right. So roaring 20s, 1920s. In this time period, ideal women had a flat chest, downplayed waist, short bob hairstyle, and boyish figure. The roaring 20s. Interesting. Boyish figure. I don't know about the wording there. Let's not see on that. Beauty in the 1920s featured an androgynous look for women. Again, interesting, isn't it? Very interesting. They wore bras that flattened their chest and wore clothing that gave them a curveless look. Women even shortened their hair, leaving behind the long-held belief that long hair signified beauty and desirability. Golden age of Hollywood. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Panic at the Disco. Absolutely. 1930s, 1950s. In this era, the ideal woman is described as having curves, hourglass figure, large breasts, and slim waist. It's amazing how this just completely flipped. In the 20s, apparently people, no breasts, boyish figure. Why would they use that term? I don't agree with that at all. Yikes, and yikes again. Absolutely no. And then suddenly, women are supposed to go, right, if you want to be pretty now, let them breast free, let them out, show your hips, do it all, blah, blah, blah. Come on. You blame the Kardashians. Sis. We'll get to it. Twigsy, wait. We'll get to it. Swinging 60s. The time period adored this female look. Willowy? Willowy? What does that even mean? Hang on a second. Willowy. Ordered, shaded, covered by what? No. Full slim and... How do you say that word? Lithe. Willowy. Thin, supple, and graceful. How do you say that word? Say it. Can we say it? I want to hear it said and spoken. Lithe. Jesus. Thank you, Google. Lithe. Not heard that word in a... Adolescent physique. Oh, Jesus. What is wrong with us? Why are we using these words? Boyish figure, adolescent physique. Relating to women. I wanted to stop. Twigsy. I want to get off this ride. Ooh. Peace, love, and thin seem to be the motto of ideal beauty for women in the 1960s. Swinging London, a term used to describe the flourishing fashion and cultural scene of London in the 1960s, influenced women's dress and style in America during the same period. Supermodel era, 1980s. Actually, this makes a lot of sense. Athletic, svelte but curvy, tall and toned arms. This time period brought about an exercise craze phenomenon. Workout videos were all the rage. Encourage women to be thin. So this was I was born in the 80s, so this makes a hell of a lot of sense. Yeah, isn't it gross? It's gross, right? This era also saw an upswing in anorexia. thought by some experts to be caused by a widespread obsession with exercise. I mean, probably existed before then, but sure. Heroin chic. I love this. So this is, I love the 1990s. Heroin chic. Heroin. The ideal body type for this time period featured waifish, like the wafer, like a tiny thin biscuit, extremely thin, translucent skin, alien-like skin, and androgynous. Like basically ill is what was beautiful in the 90s. Sick, unhuman. Ooh. Homeless chic, anyone? Yeah. The celebrated body of this time period was a woman who looked thin, frail, and neglected. Exactly. Model Kate Moss was the heroine of this heroin decade. Pale, withdrawn, and thin. Exactly. Like, honestly, wow. So here we go. Post-modern beauty, 2000s to today. So our current beauty standards for women include flat stomach, healthy skin, large breasts and butt, and thigh gap. And funny enough, look at that. But what's the name? Guess the name that the first name that comes up, Twigsy. Go on, guess it. You'll never seen women in the 90s look like aliens. All the time. No, it was honestly, Twigsy, that was a conversation, a real conversation going on. Kate Moss, British model. It was a real conversation. Still is, but not as big. But genuinely, it was a conversation that everyone was trying to have because it was like models look disgusting. They look unhealthy. This is not okay at all, because there were also problems of health risks going on in the modeling industry because, of course, the thinner, the more gaunt, the you know, all of that, the more model you looked. So people were literally starving themselves to death to be a model, and it was not okay. Yes, correct. Kim Kardashian, literally, here we go. Kim Kardashian, as unfortunate as it may be, is the poster woman of ideal beauty standards for women. Women are expected to be skinny, but not too skinny, with large breasts and a big butt, all while maintaining a flat stomach. Women increasingly are seeking plastic surgery fixes to achieve this look. Now, again, I have to say the thing that bothers me about all of this, and I just want to say, right, the reason I get funny when people blame Kim Kardashian for certain things is not because it's, you know, well, I suppose in a way we just leave it alone, don't care, whatever. You know, so on and so forth. I wonder how many women have died from trying to be beautiful. That would actually be a really good study to look at, because I imagine it's millions from all of, like, the dieting, the exercise, the starvation, the surgeries, the botched surgeries. Oh my God, I can imagine so many. I imagine. No, the problem I have with people having a problem with Kim Kardashian is not so much a kind of defense of Kim Kardashian. Actually, it's nothing to do with that at all. I don't care. Like, yeah, hey on Kim Kardashian, whatever. It's the fact that Kim Kardashian's body type, this ideal beauty standard, is actually a natural form for a lot of black women in the world. It's a natural form of beauty for black women in the world. And so when Kim Kardashian put together this physique, right? And not to say that all black women, of course, look like that, because we know they don't, but it was just a natural look for a lot of black women. And then there's a lot of this appropriation of what black women's bodies put onto Kim Kardashian. So now, because of the hatred that Kim Kardashian gets for her body image, by extension, black women's natural bodies get this same hate because it's perceived as this thing that Kim Kardashian made, and it's seen as unattractive when actually, and bear in mind, we've talked about all the pale skin stuff previously, right? Black women's bodies and black women's beauty is something that is completely, very much alien until more recent times in beauty standards. It's been perceived as incredibly alien. Black women cannot be beautiful, basically, and black skin cannot be beautiful. Dark skin, not just mixed race, dark skin. So by extension, hating on Kim Kardashian's body and that standard is by extension hating on black women's bodies by nature. And that's why I don't sit with it very well, because it inadvertently and unintentionally hands down this disdain for that body image onto people who literally are born with this genetic makeup of this body type. And it's more often with black women. It's not just black women. Obviously, white women can have it, Asian women can have it, and so on and so forth. But it's that thing by extension that becomes an issue where I'm like, yo, we need to stop that, because it's not okay, right? It's not okay. So So that's why it's not. I'm not trying to defend Kim Kardashian because I'm like, Kim Kardashian is beautiful and yada yada. I mean, she is beautiful in her face, yeah, but I think it's because it's not real. That's the part that I'm like, yeah, and it is for me personally. It's not what I perceive beauty to be in my eyes, but I completely respect and understand why it is beautiful to others. Totally get it. But for me personally, it's not what I'm attracted to. It's to that degree, because it's a bit much for Kim Kardashian. Because I think, yeah, but I'm not defending her. I'm literally just like, we gotta be careful here. We do. Like, I know. I'll put it this way as well. I think I made it clear, but it's like, when like white people act, and I hate this term, act black, right? And people hate the fact that people act black, and they say that they hate people acting black, but actually what they're saying is they hate black culture, but they get to say it differently, so they get to be racist by not being by hiding their racism behind, oh, I wish white people wouldn't act black and all this stuff. It's like, what the hell does that even mean? Nah, you're just being racist. Same thing with Kim Kardashian. Same thing, literally. And I'm not saying people do that. It's just that's the unfortunate, like, unintentional thing that takes place. It's like, you can hate Kim Kardashian for modifying her body to such a degree to look a certain way, but don't hate the way she looks, because that is people's natural body form, Why is the smell of poo coming from my room? Twigsy, don't fart in your room. Open the window. Come on. What's happening? Right, so hang on. So then it asks, so what do you think? What causes these dramatic shifts in beauty standards? Leading female historical figure or famous model? So that's that article done there. Right, so here we go. This actually moves into oh my god, there's so much to read here. I won't go into it, but I'll see if I can get like a general gist. Okay. But you better find the stink, because that's not a great way to go. So right, feminine beauty ideal. It's a socially constructed notion, that physical attractiveness is one of women's most important assets and something all women should strive to achieve and maintain. So yeah, there we go. It's a socially constructed notion that beauty is what women are basically good for. That's it, for being beautiful. And I would, the irony of that. No, I don't think that it should be. I don't think it should be the most important thing. I don't think it is at all. But I do think it's widely agreeable that of all the genders and of all the sexes, I think, and I don't even know if this is biased because I'm straight, but I do think women generally are agreed to be the more attractive of those things, and then androgynous, and then men. That's my estimation. Because I do think there is a general universal bias in terms of attractiveness, that women across the board, as an average, as a general, are more attractive. Therefore, androgynous people are probably next most attractive, and then men or masculine presenting is attractive, but the least attractive out of those three. That's my own guess. That's my own guess, right? That's what I reckon. Women are the most attractive generally. Androgynous people are the next most attractive, and then men. And that's a general across the board, in terms of people's ideas of beauty and da-da-da. That's what I reckon. Feminine beauty ideals are rooted in heteronormative beliefs. Hello. And heavily influence women of all sexual orientations. True. Yeah. Well, there you go, Twigsy. Exactly. The feminine beauty ideal, which also includes female body shape, varies from culture to culture. Pressure to conform to a certain definition of beautiful can have psychological effects such as depression, eating disorders, and low self-esteem, starting from an adolescent age and continuing to childhood. So I'm picking up on this quick time, right? The second, whenever my child is born, obviously I can't protect them from everything. I can't, but I want to, and I know that's a natural parent thing, to want to protect them from everything. The dangers that I see right out in the world, that I personally want to protect my child from, are things like social pressures. Social pressures are the thing that I want to be able to not protect them from, like keep them away from, but I think just inform them of and let them know exist, so that they go out there recognizing when it's happening to them. I can't stop them from seeing ads on TV and billboards and TV shows and music they love listening. I can't stop them from seeing that. But what I can give them the tools to do is to allow themselves to consume these things with a more critical mind. They might already do that. You know, I literally can't protect them from everything. I know that. And it scares me now because I can't even think about what could happen to them. And even now I'm like, oh, but no one hurt you. But seriously, I don't want anything to happen to you. Like, I get it. I totally get it now. Like, when I look at my parents and like parents in general, like the mother bear thing, I get it. Because the idea that anyone would bully, mock, like mistreat my child, you better believe I'm coming with hands. I'm oh child, coming with the hands to you, oh child. I'm gonna absolutely do it. Sammy, what's up, dude? Mate, okay, mate, Sammy, I'm just gonna say while you're here, very quickly. Okay, well, I can't do that. That song you played me, Sammy. First of all, how are you? While I look for it, how's it going? What's happening? What's good with you? Talk to us. Say things. Where is it? Is it this one? Oh yeah, wait, hang on. Yeah, mate, Sammy, this song you played to me, right? Remember I reacted when you hit the drop, right? 1 second. Where is it? Somewhere around here. Here we go. This has become my fucking jam. Seriously. Gym music, mate. Gym music. Thank you. Amazing. I just love this song. Mate. I love it. From the like, I rarely hear a song where I just hear it and I'm just like, all the time. So good. You're down in the south. Hey, all right. Whereabouts in the south are you? Awesome. That's cool. It's good to see you with the family and stuff. That's great. Yeah. That one. That's the one, Twigsy. Exactly that song. Every time I could, like, I actually did this in the gym this morning. I was in the gym. I was lifting my weights, doing it, and that song came on, and I finished the set, and I was like, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna rest, and as soon as that drop comes in, I'm gonna start doing it. I'm just like, oh, so good. Chelsea, where's this? Where is this place? How town in England? Thank you. Where is Chelsea? Oh God, Peninsula, Bognor Regis, Chichester, Worthing, Portsmouth. Okay, you're there. Wow, you really are south. You are on the beach south. Good Lord. That is some real south you got going on there, buddy. Could you like spit in the ocean from your window? Where your family from? Awesome, man. That's cool. No, amazing. Oh, okay, I will. Hang on. Because I bet there's a whole TikTok of these as well, but hang on, Vine. Let's see them all.
Anything's possible.
I completely forgot about that video. I actually remember that video. Wait, I'm gonna go back. Oh man, I forgot about that video.
Football, blind.
Anything's possible.
It shouldn't be funny. That shouldn't be funny. That's so good. Oh God, it's so good. Honestly, oh man, oh God, it's so funny. It's so funny, and it shouldn't be funny. Why shouldn't it be funny, Dan? Why shouldn't be? Is it because it's making fun of blind people? It is making fun of blind people. That's why it shouldn't be funny. But my God, Oh man. I mean, I'm happy for the kid. He got to play some football. That's awesome. That is great. I just feel okay. Oh, I miss Vine too. I do. Right. Sorry, I'm gonna get back to it. You inspired me to make a terraria world again. So when I was home, sweating it out. Yo, Sam, mate, you won't believe the progress I've made. We've gone off topic. We'll get back to topic, by the way, Sam. We're talking about beauty standards. We'll get back to that because we don't want to go off. Yeah. Honestly. Oh, geez, it's so funny. Well, do you know what I found? Actually, very quickly. Oh God, speaking of offensive humor, I was watching like a load of comedy roasts, right? With celebrities. So there's like a Justin Bieber one, which is amazing. I watched the Bruce Willis one. I'd watched the Donald Trump roast. I even watched Hassan Minaj, who did, I think that's his name, who did an address and roasted not just Donald Trump, but the entire American administration. And that is offensive comedy. Like, that is offensive comedy done so well. But I learned that, this whole thing about dark humor, right, is that dark humor is contextual in that you can tell a joke about someone that is horrible, right? If you already have, the thing is, you need to have a relationship with them. And I think this is the key, right? Because I'm seeing again on TikTok, social media, people are getting upset about, it's just dark humor, blah, blah, blah. The thing is, you need to have a relationship with the people that you are making comedy about. And you need to be sure those people will not get upset about that thing, right? You need to be able to do that. You do. So, and that's where the line is drawn. So, for example, that's why if you're a Scotsman, you can absolutely rip it out of Scots people. You are Scot, you have a relationship with them. If you're black, you make fun of black people, you have a relationship with them. If you're white and you have clearly a strong reputation and relationship with the black community and black people, then yeah, but there's still a line you can't cross, right? There's still stuff you can't do. So with dark humor, you can't just walk up to any old todger in the street and literally just tell them an offensive joke to their face. You can't do that. That's not comedy. That is abuse. That's not it. Because you need to have a relationship with the person, trusts you, knows it is a joke and is able to receive it as a joke, and so on. And even then you need to know the parameters within, their ideas of comedy and what you can joke about and what you can't. So that's it. Like, that is it. What is your relationship with those people? And if it's not good, you can't make the joke, because then you literally are making a joke at people you don't even know, have no relationship with, and it looks like you're just picking on them. Whereas if you have a relationship with them, it's cool, it's clean, it's good, healthy. Yes, there are still boundaries, but you can certainly step beyond certain boundaries with those people. Offensive jokes. Explained. There we go. I expect to be listening to music the next time you go to the gym, and then that song beats drop and you start wheezing. Damn, that's exactly what's going to happen. Absolutely. So Terraria, yes, Sam. I'm going back through all of the things. And absolutely, Twigsy, that's exactly. I do it every time. So on Terraria, not with tours. Haven't got tours done. Tours, I'm still where I left off. But with my own character, who I called Coach, I'm now fighting the Moon Lord in hard mode. I've defeated so many things. I've defeated what do you call him? The Dukeron. What's his Duke Fishron? Took them on. Took on the Celestial Pillars. Killed the lunatic cultist beforehand. And I've got a UFO, so I've taken on the UFO. The UFO invasion is horrific. I hate it. But what I did get, which was amazing, was the scythe, the death scythe that throws sides out and they spin and they hover. Twigsy, I can't wait to show you some of this stuff, man. I'm not going live tomorrow, by the way, which sucks. I know. I'm not going live tomorrow because I'm actually not going to be able to. But rest of the week, Friday as well, because I'm on holiday. I'm on holiday as of Friday. So this week is Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. So Thursday, I'll be doing the Terraria thing. We will go off. And what I'd probably do on Thursday is just go straight into it. No point in doing that hour before. Let's just jump in. Let's just do it. So yeah, I've got a UFO. I've defeated the pirates. I've defeated Betsy, who comes in with the one old man's army thing. Done it. I've got the true Excalibur and the true Knight's Edge, which allowed me to make the thing, the green sword that fires the things. I have, oh God, what else have I done? What else did I do? Moonlord's hard. Moonlord's actually really hard. Yeah, not tomorrow and not Friday. Just so you know. I should probably post somewhere where my schedule is for the week so everyone could just see that's where I'm going to be live, because I think also it's Monday, Tuesday next week as well. I'm not here. So yeah, because I need to take my leave. I haven't taken my leave. So I took time off from Dan's Den, but I didn't take time off from work. But as of Friday, I'm off from work on leave, and I won't be around. Yeah, Moonlight hard. So Sam, how have you got on? Like, you started a new world, and that's awesome. So what's going on in your world? What's happening in your world now? How far did you get? How quickly can you progress through things? Because what I want to do is go back into one of my old worlds or start a new world with my current character and all the items and just F stuff up. Literally. Just be like, screw you. Oh, well, slime, dead. Whatever. Oh, I have Cthulhu, dead. What? Oh, that's it. Yeah, I've got the summons. So I had the UFO summons and that amazing dragon summon, the dragon summon thing. What's it called? What is it called? The thing that flies around and follows you and just hurts things. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's amazing. I love it. Sucks that you can't use the community tab because that would be very useful for that. What's the community tab? What do you mean? Talk to me. What is the community tab? Speak on it. It's the Stardust Dragon. I've got a Stardust Dragon, mate. A Stardust Dragon, mate. Started an expert game, but I realized I don't know as much as I thought I did, so I made another world just to learn more about the weapons and stuff. Okay, cool. I want to do an expert mode. I really do. I'd love to do an expert mode. Why is the Terra Prisma not available on console? It's so annoying. It's such a good weapon. It's so cool. And then oh God, it's so fit. Look at it go. So amazing. I love it. So cool. So cool. These are fun. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Austin, what's up? Expert's really hard. Yeah, I'm scared. You killed one eye in the first night. Fair play. Yeah. And now there is Master. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm scared. It's a tab you get to use in a channel page where you get 1,000 subs. You can make little posts with photos attached and links and stuff. Oh, well, great. So I got to get 1,000 subs to be able to do that. Awesome. Unbelievable. Austin, how you been, man? What's been happening with you? Right, let me get back to the beauty standard thing. Where was I? Yeah, so I think basically, actually, no, wait. Let me just talk about male beauty standards as well, because we talked about and this is the thing. Beauty standards for men still apply. It may not be a conversation, but it still exists and it's still out there, and it's still something that plays on men in a way. So we're still going to talk about that as well. So men have always strived to be handsome, stylish, successful, and of course appealing to ladies. Well, appealing, let's be inclusive here, appealing to the sex or gender that they are attracted to. Let's not get it twisted here, people. All right. By whim of fashion, they became more masculine, sexy, casual, and carefree. Certain decades saw men who had a carefree elegance to them. Haircuts, mustaches, beards, mustaches, suntans, and muscles have all played a great part in the changing appearance of male beauty. Today, Brightside brings you the most handsome men since the beginning of the 20th century all the way up to present time. So in the 1900s, it was the time of wrestlers and strong men. So that was it. Even Arnold Schwarzenegger has a couple of statues depicting the famous athlete who Eugene Sandow from the 1900s. The 1910, pure elegance. So 1910s was the time of the handlebar mustache to the forefront. Such a style was considered handsome and masculine. Then sleek hair and languishing look. 1920s, a bit of an interview with the vampire thing going on here. A bit of that Twilight thing. That was the 1920s. 1930s was sexy mustaches. That was it. It didn't matter what else you looked like, apparently, just as long as you had a sexy mustache, that was it. Military masculine. That was 1940s. So again, if you were looking like a person in uniform and stuff like that. Dressed by the book and clean shaven. That was required by wartime and severe. So 1950s was open sexuality. So there we go. The 50s were signified by rockabilly style and Elvis Presley, tall and handsome, who sighed into the mic and danced his famous jig. So that was that. Rebellious Spirit. I noticed how none of these are physical, really, apart from the first one. Well, actually, no, they are all physical, but like mostly in the face. No one really cares about the actual body part. It doesn't seem. So then there was a Rebellious Spirit. It's a tough guy. Then 96 was sensual looking, outrageous sexuality. I love it. It's James Bond, really, I think. That's it. Then there was freedom of self-expression. 1970s was bodybuilding. 1980s was athletic beauty. 1990s was grunge, which I love. And then the 2000s is metrosexual millennium. And then 2010s is careless hipsters. And today, is just a beard and long hair tied at the top. Growing popularity. There we go. This trend is so popular, powerful, and omnipresent that it's even got a name, which is lumbar sexuality. Lumbar sexuality. I love it. Brilliant. So yeah, none of these are so much about body types. The more, well, some of them are. So you've got the 1900s, the 1970s and 80s, where it was about body. And then the others are all just characteristics. That was it. So, but body image still does impact men in the sense of beauty. I do know that because I did a talk on it at a construction company last year where we discussed beauty standards for men and physical beauty standards for men and body image and stuff. It does. But of course, with men, it's more, when was Freddie Mercury's style popular? That would have been the 90s still. But this ties directly to exactly what I said I was going to get to later on, Twigsy, right? And this is the thing. So very quickly, hang on, Dan, if you want to see some crazy Terraria things, watch 8 Terraria veterans take on Master Mode. 5-part series is so good. Okay, cool. All right, noted. Thank you. 8 Terraria veterans take on Master Mode. I will look at that. Yeah, 100%. Sounds cool. The problem is there's stuff on PC that isn't on console, and it's frustrating because there are things that I see on PC that I'm like, I would love to have that, but they won't let it happen. There's a weapon where literally you fire it and the blade just flies all around you. And I'm like, that is the most useful weapon I could think of. Literally, you fire it once and it just goes haywire all around you, attacking everything in the vicinity and slaughtering everything in its sight. But only on PC. That's unfair. That is unfair and not okay. The Zenith Blade, is that the one? Hang on a minute. Let me just see. It might be that. It might be exactly that. Zenith Blade Terraria. Yes. Yes, it's this thing. That is exactly the thing. I hate it because I can't have it. It's annoying. It's stupid. It's stupid. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it go. Wait, what?
It consists of many swords merged together.
I wish you could see what I'm seeing now, Twigsy. In less than a minute. In less than a minute. What the hell's that? Oh, God. Well, I can't because I'm on PC. Oh, is your brother a member of the PC Master Race? I mean, to be fair, that's a whole... Do you know what? Right. Very quickly, I'm going to say that actually, while I've owned PS1, 2, 3, 4, I've owned a PSP, I've had a Game Boy, I've had a Game Boy Advance, I've had an Xbox 360, never had an Xbox One, never had an original Xbox, but I did have a Mega Drive back in the day. I love my consoles. I absolutely love my consoles. I've loved them from the day they came around. But my PC is just cooler. It is. And I haven't updated it or done anything with it in years, but I love it because it just... Oh, easy. So I'm just wiping down my light because it does need a wipe. Hang on a minute. Maybe I'll just put you there so you can hear me. Because the thing is with a PC is that you can do stuff with it, right? You can amend it. You can make it more powerful. You can adjust the graphics. You can do so much with a PC and the accessibility and everything. The only thing I don't like about the PC is literally the price. And I know that people will say, oh, well, but you can get a PC for the price of a console and make it perform better. Yeah, true. But the thing is, if I've got a PC and I want it to perform to that standard, it's a lot of money. It's not a little investment. It's a lot of money. And then you wouldn't believe how terrified I was putting this PC together. I built this PC. I'm proud of it. But terrified because, you know, these parts are expensive. You're talking like sometimes, 500 quid for one little part for a bloody PC. And the console costs, 120% more than that? The whole console. Good, Austin, great. 20% more than that. So immediately I'm like, no, I just get a console, thanks. Of course, then you make the argument of like, you know, the gaming library and blah, 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 blah. But no, I still would, I'd rather have a PC and earn my money back in a way than have a console. Because also the PC in terms of playtime, I think the PC has given me the highest quality playtime. I played more on my console, but the PC's definitely been higher quality playtime. I just love it. Don't worry, Dexter. It's just my mic. I dropped it. It's fine. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, 69 minutes. Woo! All right. So, yes, beauty standards, blah, 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 blah. Where do I go? No, do you know what? Forget the last two articles. I'm just going to close all that down. But what I will say, and this speaks to what you're talking about, Twigsy. Now, the thing is, now this includes like Freddie Mercury, Kim Kardashian, Arnold Schwarzenegger, David Hasselhoff, Cindy Crawford, who's a supermodel from the 90s, Kate Moss, who I mentioned. So actually, this is a good point, Twigsy. In the 90s, Cindy Crawford, I think, hang on, Cindy Crawford. There you go, American model. Yep, there she is. When was she big? When was she big? Go on, give us the peak of your career. Jesus, that is insane. She's worth a lot of money. Wow, that's mad. Oh, we don't know. Come on. Never mind. Forget it. I'm going to make a rubbish point. I don't have anything to back it up with, so I can't. So forget that. Effectively, what needs to be addressed is there's no such thing as a singular beauty standard, right? There isn't. There literally isn't. The idea that there is perpetuated again by a social construct that obviously comes from media, marketing, the modeling industry, all of that stuff, right? They decide what beauty is, and that can be decided in terms of an evolution, seasons, if you like, which can go over a matter of years, generations, right? So decades, as we're seeing, the 20s, the 30s, 40s, 50s, etc. But at the same time, just because, and I know you know this, but it's important to point out, just because like in the 1940s, military men were deemed to be, the height of male beauty, that doesn't mean that everyone and their mother and their brother and maybe father were attracted to military men, right? Right now, there's, I think, a far more saturated idea of beauty. I think far more. I don't think it's completely saturated, but I think it's far more saturated. Because what happens is when you are in, remember I mentioned the silos, yeah? When you're in your circle and your silo of your world, so depending on the music you listen to, the TV shows you watch, the friends you have, etc., that will determine your idea of what beauty is. And this connects to well, like, no. Again, I'll agree with that. Yeah, beauty standards are propelled mainly by the media and beauty businesses. Yeah, but it's not one thing. A beauty standard, is not like there's just this beauty. Everything else outside of Kim Kardashian is ugly. No, that's not at all. The point is Kim Kardashian may have set a tone of what she thought was beautiful, and because of Kim Kardashian's status and what she does and who she is, people latched onto that and went, right, that's what beautiful is. We're going to go with that. But actually, that was just a decision that someone in influence made, right? And a lot of people there are still people today, right, who, hence the S. Yeah, I clocked that the second time I read it. I was like, there are people today who still think that skinny, gaunt, translucent skin is beautiful. Right? There are still people today who think that's beautiful. There are still people today who think that grunge look is beautiful. Goth look is beautiful. And, that's it. Beauty is not like an actual linear measurement that people can go with. Some people will find certain things attractive that other people will not. And that's great. That's actually the way we want it to be. Because if there was a literal linear beauty standard from ugly to pretty and that was it, Jesus Christ. I mean, I can't begin to imagine what kind of world that would be if that's what we lived in. It would be horrific. Genuinely. But that's what we seem to do, right? But we've got to understand that if we're playing a game where we think that and again, we'll use this example because it's one that's come up. It's come up most often, so we use the example. If we play a game where we think that Kim Kardashian is trying to set a beauty standard, right, for the world, then we've messed up. Because whether or not she is doesn't actually have to have any impact on us whatsoever. It doesn't, right? It can be a tough game because, of course, we'll come across things where that beauty standard is imposed upon us again in billboards, adverts, yada, music, whatever, right? We can say that. But what we can also say is that's just not my idea of beauty. Not saying it's ugly, just saying that's not my idea of beauty. That's it. That's cool that if you think you're beautiful like that, go for it. Go forth. Godspeed. Climb the highest mountain, fight the biggest bear. Go for it, but that's not my perception of beauty. That's it. Like, no more to be said. And again, it's not saying it's ugly. It's not. You can certainly, again, okay, so I watched, what was the video? WAP, the new song WAP by Cardi B and, and Megan Thee Stallion, right? Because it was getting a bit controversial. The whole song is very, very, very sexual. It's a very, very strongly sexual song. And it was causing waves on Twitter. And I was like, I've got to listen to this song. I listened to it. Yes, it's very much, but the video as well is very, very sexual, very in your face, But at the same time, I look at that and I'm like, I totally understand where the sexuality and the attraction comes from. I get it. But I personally do not ascribe to that as attractive to me. Right? That's it. I personally. And again, I don't say it's ugly. I don't think it's ugly. I just think it's like, that's not what gets my motors running. But, and here's the fascinating part. This is the interesting part about attraction that I think everyone needs to know. And this comes back to, again, Twigsy, what we talked about with Kim Kardashian and her body type. This comes back to the idea of beauty standards. This comes back to so much, right? Everyone has different preferences and perspectives, right? And actually that turns into this problem again, which I'll come back to with this idea of it's my preference. It's a personal preference, right? You're not into men, but that doesn't mean that you think they're ugly. Precisely. I can spot a handsome man a mile off. I'll tell you that right now. I don't think men are ugly. I'm not attracted to them, but I'll tell you a man's pretty if they are. I'll tell you straight up. I'd say it maybe a little too much confidence. but no, absolutely, Twigsy, precisely. I can look at a man and go, that man is handsome as hell. That is a handsome man right there. I love his jawline. I love the way his beard is peeking out of his chin. I like his eyes, his mouth, his hairs, the way he presents himself. Great. I love it. I love the whole thing. And my preferences can go from, Ryan Reynolds to Jake Gyllenhaal to Jason Momoa to Idris Elba to Chadwick Boseman. Like it can go those ways, right? Any which. I can look at those men and be like, yeah, that's a handsome dude right there. I like it. But that doesn't mean that I want to go up and put my mouth on them. That's not the plan. I'm not planning on actually being physical with them in any way. That is not the intention in the slightest. But again, we get that messed up because we think that if we're attracted to something, we must interact with it. We have to, like paintings in a museum, wow, it's pretty. Let me go and touch it and lick it. No, don't do that. That's stupid. Don't do that ever. Hello. So basically imagine it's a painting in a museum. Maybe don't stare at it and write notes and sit there and, I wonder what they were going for. Don't do that. So don't treat them like a painting in a museum. That was a stupid thing to say. but no, so attraction, this was interesting. And I'm actually going to bring up an article. Attraction is based on. Now, this part. Here we go. Attraction is based on instinct, but it goes deeper than that. Hang on. Where is it? No, where is it? 1 second. Sorry. I'm just going to see if I can find this thing again because I looked at it and I was like, that is interesting. Okay, where is it? No. Come on. I just need to Google it right, but it's annoying. Come on. No. Well, okay. I'll have to go from this. I definitely saw it, and I definitely know it's a real thing. So excuse me. No, don't use the example. Don't use that example. It's a terrible example because the painting thing actually serves to objectify a person because a painting is an object. A person is not an object. So don't use the painting thing. Put it away. Put it down. Lock it away. Put it in a cupboard. Throw the whole analogy out. It was terrible. Don't use that. Ew. Don't use it. Also, something that was on my mind is the fact that beauty industries and makeup industries rely on people thinking they're ugly without the products. Yeah. Well, and again, actually, yes and no, not exclusively. There is truth to that. There is absolutely truth to that. And again, this is about the critical part of it, because also you got to think, not every girl out there thinks she's ugly. Not every person out there thinks they're ugly, but they still put on makeup, right? Not every person in the world has the insecurity of lacking attractiveness, but they will still put on nice clothes. They'll still do their hair. They'll still do on the makeup. So yes, the beauty industry absolutely does have a part to play in people's self-esteem. 100%. Not denying that for 1 second. But to say they rely on it, we'd have to look at the problem with that statement is we'd have to look at how many people, bear in mind, because men wear makeup too, how many people actually use makeup to, because they think they're ugly, and that's important, because bear in mind, people also use makeup to cover up blemishes, it's like a confidence builder in terms of, not that they think they're ugly, it's just the fact that they know that there are certain things that they just, would like to look a little better, so they just put a little bit on there, but they don't necessarily think they're ugly, right? Then, of course, there are people who straight up just like, I'm not ugly, but sometimes I just like to glow up. That's what it is. This is pretty plus. Hello. So it's looking at that. I think I wouldn't be surprised if they relied on it. I would not be surprised in the slightest that they actually explicitly relied on it. But I think I'd want to look at the ratio for sure. I know it's a big problem. I do know that. So yeah, definitely something we're looking at. So this is it, right? Attraction. Now, bear in mind, we are usually, now this isn't romantic attraction, this is just attraction in general. We're usually more attracted to things that we are used to, right? In terms of our favorite food, our favorite music, stuff like that. When we're used to something, we're attracted to that option, that choice, that thing. So it's likely you're going to sleep. Okay, then, Austin, thanks for coming in today. Appreciate it. Austin, just a note, not live tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday. All right, that's it. So I'll see you on Thursday. Have a good sleep. Get some rest. Enjoy yourself. Be rested. Rest those eyes. Yeah, so what was I going to say? Oh, hello. What's going on? No. Okay. You stood up the entire day. Wow. Yeah, go to get some rest, Austin. Go on, get yourself some sleep. You poor boy, poor guy. You live opposite a farm. Oh my God, so many different things. Okay, cool, good, right? Okay, so you're living opposite a farm. Poo smell came from the farm. Good. You never went to sleep. Definitely go to sleep then. Austin, go to sleep. Lie down. Get some sleep. Rest. Don't do this to yourself. It's not good for your mental. Not good for your brain to lack sleep. Go get some sleep. Yeah, so what it is if you're raised in, and there was some information around this, and actually I did a test myself on this. They had a test online. I can't remember where to find it. It's really annoying, but basically the look generally that you're more used to seeing is actually what you're more likely to be attracted to. So if you grow up seeing a certain type of face and you get more comfortable with it. Bye, Austin. See you later, buddy. Thanks for coming today. And you're more used to seeing it. Obviously, it would be of the gender or sex you're attracted to, right? And you get more and more used to seeing it, you're actually more likely to find that look attractive because you're used to it. And then, of course, when there is an actual attractive version of that look, boom, it's done. That's it. Which is why you find that some people are attracted to different types of people. That's it. It'll be a case of what have I seen most of growing up? And that can be, of course, from birth, you could say. Not to say you're going to be attracted to people who look like your mother or your father, but what kind of people outside of your mother and father do you see most often? And what's your relationship with those people? Is it attractive? Is it positive? Not attractive. Is it positive? Is it pleasant? Because at the same time, oh God, I can go into this. My God. There is also the case of, when you pick up on someone who's attractive, and bear in mind, like when you look at boy bands, girl bands, everyone finds different people attractive. There may be one that most people, so for example, Harry Styles, I know was considered the most attractive one out of all of them, but then people love Zayn, people love Neve, people love the other guy, I can't remember his name, Billy. And so and it would, of course, beauty standards would be followed by this popularity competition. So I don't know, and this is the challenge: is you can't tell whether or not Harry Styles was actually the most attractive one, or whether it was just the fact that he got the limelight and therefore he was put in front of people's face more often, which meant that people just became more attracted to him because they saw his face more often and got more comfortable with it, right? And that can be it. That can be what it is, right? The more we look at faces, the more attractive they become. And again, that depends on our upbringing, our environment, the music we listen to, the shows we watch, yada, 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 yada. So that's maybe why you like blonde girls with long hair. Yeah, it could be it. Exactly that. And actually the change for me. So growing up, I grew up around predominantly white people. And actually, I didn't see a lot of black people around me, apart from, outside of my family. I didn't see it a lot in TV and music that much, and not enough. So even on my social media feeds and stuff like that, wasn't happening. And then suddenly I started to recognize this was the case. And I was like, I didn't think, I don't find, dark skinned women attractive or anything like that. It was just, I was aware that I hadn't really brought them into my sphere of attention. No, anyone non-white, none of it. So of course, most of the time I would end up in relationships or dating white girls, white women. So then suddenly, when I changed my social media platform and I started following more and more women of color, brown women, black women, women of many different shades, I recognized that actually, as I walked around the world and as I moved around, I would actually suddenly be aware that I was I was more drawn to women of color generally as an attraction than before. More so, even more so, to the point where actually, and I must confess this out loud, white women generally across the board just became less attractive, and women of color suddenly started to become way more attractive. And it was all based on that seemed to happen after I started following people that look different. Now, what's interesting is this whole thing suggests that if we wanted to be more attracted to a certain type of person, we just have to look at those certain types of people more often. That's it. That's all we'd have to do. But then we'd have to want to be more attracted to them. Right? So it kind of is like, but my decision wasn't actually that I wanted to be more attracted to them. It was just the fact that I was aware that I didn't follow a lot of Asian people, Asian women, Asian people actually, and dark-skinned black women and people, and even Southern American black people, Southern American people and women, and so on social media. So I started doing it. I just started following loads and loads of different people. And and it didn't take long either. Suddenly I was like, yo, and they weren't even models. It wasn't like I was following models and, women in bikinis. I wasn't. I was following activists, politicians, women in power, academics, all of them. I was not following models. No, unless they happened to be attractive. But that wasn't why I was following them. It was because of what they did, not how they looked. And suddenly I was like, yo, something has awoken in me. So that's beauty standards is about what we expose ourselves to. And of course, if the beauty standard of what, like you said, Twigsy, of what media, marketing, and businesses put out to us, then that is why we're more likely to be attracted to that. But if we expose ourselves more to the people that we choose to listen to, watch, yada yada, we'll actually start to find those things more attractive. And not necessarily that we don't in the first place It's just that that exposure will kind of push aside the greater picture of beauty standards. Because I'll be honest, actually, if someone asked me today what's the beauty standard of today, I honestly wouldn't. Before looking at this, I genuinely wouldn't have known. I wouldn't have known. I wouldn't have even said Kim Kardashian, because I know that she holds a standard, but she holds a standard, not the standard, the supposed universal standard. So I wouldn't know what the standard was today, because I see so many different varieties of beauty in its own right that I'm like, well, all of this is beautiful. I know it sounds cheesy and cliche, but I'm not joking. Like, that's genuinely how I feel about it. It's like, but Kim Kardashian's beauty is to a certain people, much like Jenny McCarthy's beauty is to another type of person. Amy Schumer's beauty is to another type of person. Who else can I think of? Halle Berry's beauty is to another type of person. I think Lupita Nyong'o, another type of person. And when I say type of person, I mean literally who these type of people are attracted to. These are all different versions of beauty that we can see out in the world. And what we can do is expose ourselves to all of it so that we can choose to see beauty everywhere in everything. And that's just seeing beauty, not being romantically attracted to, but just seeing the beauty in everything. Kim Kardashian is beautiful, right? Much like Amy Schumer is beautiful. Much like Lupita Nyong'o is beautiful, right? And I can't remember the last name of DansDenYT. Oh God, I can't remember. But yeah, they are all beautiful. Jamila Jamil is beautiful, stunning if you ask me. Showed a preference then, but yeah, Jenny McCarthy scares me for sure. Yeah, Jenny McCarthy's eyeliner. I want to look at this. What are you talking about? It's like, oh no, wait, hang on, Jenny McCarthy. Oh, wait. I mean, that's absolutely not who I was thinking of. That's not at all who I was thinking of. Who was I thinking of? It's not Jenny McCarthy at all. Oh God, who am I thinking of? McCarthy. It's a comedian. Joseph McCarthy, former American senator. Thanks. Jenny McCarthy. Melissa McCarthy. That's who I'm thinking of. Melissa McCarthy. Sorry, that's what I meant. Pardon me. She's great. I love her. She's fantastic. Yeah. So we what we want to do is see beauty in everything, but that doesn't mean we have to be attracted to everything in a romantic way. Those two things are not synonymous. We think we can, for example, think, and again, I'll go back to this analogy, but not in the fullest. We can think a painting in a museum is beautiful, but that doesn't mean we want a relationship with it. We can think a sunset is beautiful, but that doesn't mean we want to roll around the flowers with it. Right? It's not, no, different thing. So yeah, that's what it is. That concludes this episode of DansDen Live. We're done. I'm gonna have to go fix myself some breakfast real quick because I've got an hour and I want to get at it. But this has been DansDen Live. Thank you very much for being here today. As per usual, we're not going to forget that this pandemic is still going on, and we are still under pressure to make sure that we do not get ourselves infected again. I'm grateful that while schools have been, opened up, I'm grateful that schools are doing their best to be responsible in how we manage it. So yeah, that was intense. What, that episode was intense, Sam? Is that what you're saying? You enjoy it? Mate, we go in, son. We go in, son. But I guess Wednesday, let's talk PC versus console, Sam, just for you. Let's have a conversation. And you can invite your brother on. Let him say a few words. Let him share his thoughts, right? But we'll do PC versus console. Right. PC, and we'll have a whole discussion about it. Console. Because there's loads that I could say about that. Loads. There's no question. Well, I've got my counterpoints. And it's not just money. I've got my counterpoints. PC's better. All right, we'll turn it into a debate. We'll see. Nathan, thank you very much for joining, but we're all leaving now. This is the end. 1:30, I'm done. But Nathan, I'll see you on Wednesday. All right. I'll see you on Wednesday. Guys, thank you so much for being here today. Much love. Have a fantastic rest of the day. Have a fantastic Tuesday. See you all on Wednesday. All right. Later. Yeah, do tell Tours that. Bye. It's still here. I know. I haven't ended it. Now I'm ending it. Bye.